Alright guys, so we got out for mini season, did something a little bit different, doing night dives. So we jumped in the water at midnight for the start of mini season. And this is just kind of to avoid the crowds. So when you're night diving, there's just not that many people that actually do it. And so you can get out there, find some bugs, just like this one. And it's actually really easy night diving for lobster. During the day, they tuck up under holes. But as you're going to see in this video, more and more of them come out at night to walk around. So you see a lot of them just walking about. Now, this next lobster is actually pretty cool. It's a slipper or shovel-nosed lobster. We don't see these very often. It's not that they're uncommon, it's just that they're just hard to find. And so again, at night, easier to find. So this guy slipped out of my hands. Honestly, it was just so easy to pick him up. I didn't have a firm grip. So when he took off, he popped out. Now this next one, another bug. I'm using a snare for most of the day here. And you'll see these bugs just kind of out and about. The snare is actually not the best method when they're out like this. You'll see me miss a few. But yeah, you're just swimming around, looking out on top for the antenna. You see that guy slipped out. That was happening to me a lot. I'm not a night person, and so night diving is actually pretty challenging for me, even though this is only like 15 or 20 feet of water. I just it's hard for me to stay focused sometimes. Now the reason why I do like snares is for when they're in holes, because it's really easy to kind of get them out of their hole and to actually snare them. Now one of the things you'll see is that I'm trying not to put the light directly on the lobster too much. I prefer to put it around them, because when they have that direct light, they tend to just run away from it. So I'll put it in front of them or behind them to kind of try and corral them a little bit with the use of the light. So some people are snare people, some people are net people. We'll see a clip here in a moment with my buddy Michael. He's using the net. That's, I think, what he prefers to use, and he's pretty effective with it. So let me know in the comments whether you prefer snare or net. I'm not an elitist. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. It's just all user preference. I told you guys I was using the light a little bit. In this case, I wanted to put the light right on him, keep him in the hole until I got positioned. Now, oh, missed him. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that some of these bugs did end up being short. I realized that once I got to the surface and I had my gauge. And so if you count the number of lobster I catch, it would appear to be over the limit, but that's not actually true, because I let the short ones go. So we actually came in under limit this night. We got pretty close to it, just didn't get quite there. I think it was like 4 a.m. or something when we finally stopped, so it was pretty late. Now, this lobster right here gave me a lot of trouble, honestly. I didn't end up catching him, and it was at this point, it's probably 2 a.m. at this point, and I was just exhausted, and this lobster got the better of me. My buddy Michael was just laughing from the surface for the whole time. Now you'll see that's actually a molt right there. Yeah, so I caught a lot of soft shell lobster, and I love soft shell lobster. You can actually just fry them up whole You can make like po' boy sandwiches out of them. They're really good. And so for whatever reason, just a ton had molted, um, in the previous day or two. And so a lot of them were soft shells, which is just really cool. All right, this is pretty cool. This was a channel crab or a spider crab that just saw sitting out on the surface, and so grabbed the net, went by and scooped him up, super easy. Honestly, this was my first time having one, and it was so good. It was better than any of the lobster.
That's fucking cool.
These are good to eat, right?
Yeah, it was really good to eat, and so it was nice that I had the net because then I spotted a squid. That was that little black thing swimming. I actually didn't even realize it was a squid right away, and but got down there, scooped him up, and again with the light, you can use the light to corral squid around. So if you put the light right on them, they're going to swim away. But if you put it near them, they actually hunt, like the little organisms that are attracted to the light, and so you can use that to your advantage. And so at this point I switch over to a net. I was getting kind of clumsy with the snare. And then this clip is kind of cool. You can't see much of what's going on, but I was actually looking at a bug, and that nurse shark came in and chased it into the hole. So I don't know if he got his meal or not. I hope so, but everybody was getting after bugs that night. You guys remember, if you like these videos, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more. Appreciate you guys.